Hello and welcome back to Gorilla Man's Garage. What are we going to talk about today? We've got the Fimi X8 Mini version 2. See the V2? I had to put that on. I know my other one's broken, but anyway, what are we going to talk about today with the Fimi X8 Mini version 2? Just had an update, two updates, one for the flight controller and one for the camera. Also, I've had a lot of emails and comments about Panorama shots and also about alternate return to home positions and how you do that. There is a glitch in the system. Fimi is aware of it. I told them about it. They didn't know about it. They know about it now. They said there's going to be another update coming soon to fix it. But there is a workaround. So anyway, we're going to talk about all that stuff, okay? So let's get into it. Okay. Yeah, we're here today on the new picnic table. I cut the trees down out back and used a chainsaw, split them down the middle, nailed it all together, and that's what we're using. And then I did some other stuff as well. But anyway, yeah, so we've got a nice little table here. So the Fimi X8 Mini version 2 firmware update. What did it do? The flight controller, quote, put it up here, enhanced user experience, fixed bugs, optimized the flight control. No idea. I didn't notice anything different. The only difference I did notice was that the Fimis used to go up to 4 meters. The version 2 tended to go up to just over 3 meters. Now it goes to about 2.5 meters, which is far better than 4 meters, okay? So that's enhanced the user experience, maybe. What else? The camera. Optimize night vision shooting effect. I sent them a letter and I asked them, does that mean you've got night mode? They said, no. Basically, they've tweaked the low light sensors, programming, whatever, maybe, don't know. We have caper couples in Nova Scotia wrote back to me and said on his update he noticed that in very low light conditions there's pixelations in the corners now that there wasn't there in the version 1. I don't do night vision, I don't know. To me, has it enhanced the picture quality? Because I'm not going to go fly at night, but I want to be able to fly and get reasonable video in sunny days, cloudy days, overcast, dusk and dawn, okay? Things like that. But I'm not into night flying, okay? So remember, the Fimi, all Fimis technically are a upper end budget drone. In this particular thing, the 250 gram-ish range, you're talking anything around $300 is a budget drone. Fly Faith, Potensic, all the other ones, they still run a couple of $100-300 anyway. So this is the top end of that budget range, just like Hubsons. Well, Hubsons are they're putting their prices up a little bit too much. But anyway, flight experience, I didn't notice anything. The camera, minor, maybe minor, which is good, a good thing. A minor, I thought, saturation tweak. And I'll run some videos here. And it's not bad. For a budget type drone, it's not bad, okay? Okay. What was the next thing I talked about? Panorama. Okay. You want to take a panorama shot, okay? Well, you can't load that thing into the system until you're up in the air anyway, and you switch to photo and you can select, I want to take a panorama. You can go horizontal, I think 360, and I think wide or vertical, whatever. There's 3 different options you can go into. I just chose horizontal for a quick one because it takes like 7 pictures. The other ones take 12 or more. I want to see if it worked, how long it took, all this kind of stuff. Well, so I took it up and I activated and I set my parameters and I went, okay, let her go. So she's up there in the sky and she's just taking a horizontal scan, 7 pictures, boom. Well, you can't see the results or stitch it together while you're flying, okay? You have to land it, keep it turned on, go into your library, select it, and hit download for it to process. And that's what I did. So at the end of the flight, I came back, and this is just one simple 7-image, 4x3 image, I believe it was 4x3, yeah, image, picture, make it into one panorama, okay? It took 3.5 minutes. This is one picture, 3.5 minutes to process this panorama shot. So it's been flying, it's out there, bring it home, still leave it on, 3.5 minutes. So I can only imagine if you had a 360 or a wide panorama to do, it could take 10 minutes. That's a long time of sitting down, okay? The other alternative is it packs all these photos into a panorama folder, if you will. You can extract that from the SD card and use a third-party development program to stitch everything together, like Microsoft Ice or whatever, okay? The other thing is, where do you find the panorama shot that Fimi creates? It's not a JPEG, it's a PNG, okay? And it's in a folder under DCM, which is where all your camera stuff is, a subfolder called X8M, and it's a PNG image. Okay, it'll be about, this one was about 11 megs or so, I guess it was, and this is the result of what came out. It stitches it together pretty good, okay, but it takes a long time to process, a lot of battery power to process, okay? What's the next thing? Now this is the interesting one. Alternate return to home. Why would you want alternate return to home? Then you have two options, okay? But the reason you want alternate return to home initially is if you are not in the same location that you started at when you want to bring the craft home. I start out here, I fly my drone, I walk along the path, I end up here, I hit return to home, I'm out here somewhere, I hit return to home, it's coming home here, but I want it to come here, where I am, where my phone is, okay? So there's two alternatives here, okay, and I'll show you these pictures up here. You go into the settings, you scroll down, you get to the home point, and you can select either one or the other. The one with the little man is where you are, which is the controller, or actually it's the phone, okay? And the other one, the triangle, is where the craft is. Now, I haven't quite figured out why you would want an alternate return to home point to be where the drone is. Maybe there is, I just can't think of it right now. But the majority of people would want an alternate return to home point where your phone is, okay? And I wrote to Fimi about this because here's the glitch. If you just go into the settings, and you can't do it until you're flying because it'll be grayed out. You go into the settings when you're flying and you want to change the return to home to your phone, where you are, where you're standing, because that. Okay. So I phoned Fimi and I says, it doesn't work. I tried it multiple times. I tried it with Wi-Fi on, with Wi-Fi off. I tried it within a Wi-Fi system, close to the house, away from the house. Didn't work. They said, initially they said, oh, well, you have to have Wi-Fi on and you have to be connected to the internet. And I went, well, that's ridiculous because the craft picks up a home point regardless where you are. And they said, you have to have location turned on your phone. Okay. But again, when you look at your map, okay, you'll see a blue dot and an orange home point. The blue dot is you, the orange is where the home point is. So if you take off, if you're standing here and you take off here, the orange home point will be there and the blue dot will be here where you are. That's your controller. So whether it's the controller that sends the GPS coordinates to the drone or whether it's your phone or a combination, I don't know, but they said it's the phone that does it. So one is the phone or the device, and one is the drone. I don't know why you would use the drone one, but we just concentrated on the one for the actual controller or the device, whatever. Well, I tried it every which way I could, would not work in the settings. When you hit the settings, scroll down, alternate home point, nothing worked. So then I told Fimi again. Fimi got back to me and they said, you have to go to the map and you have to change the H, move the H. Okay. Well, that doesn't work either because you can't slide the H anywhere. But when you do go into the map, whether it's satellite or terrain or whatever, if you didn't have internet or maps, you just basically have a blank screen, but your H would be here and your blue dot would be here. This is you, this is your craft, okay? You still have those two symbols, and the symbol up in the right corner there, you hit that and you get the selection, the same selections you get in the settings. Do you want to change your home point to the craft or to the device, to the controller? And when I selected controller or device, it changed the home point. Okay? And then when I hit return to home, it returned to the new spot. So it does work. So if you can think of this scenario, okay? You take off from here, this is your home point, and you walk along the field or the trail, you're on a bike or a motorcycle, you're in a boat, whatever, blah, blah, and you go and you're over here. Now, your drone's over here flying around. You select return to home. And you're watching it on your phone and you know it's not coming anywhere near you because your distance is getting more and it's going farther away. Don't fret. Cancel it, let it hover, go into your map, select the alternate return to home point, activate it, and it'll come back to where you are. Okay? There is no continual return to home alternate update. It won't automatically. So if I take off here, I'm here, I change my alternate return to home point to be here. After I've selected it, I haven't activated it yet, I move and I activate return to home, it's going to come to this one, because that's the information I sent it, okay? Then you'd have to stop and change it again, okay? So there's no automatic update, but wherever you are, you can update it as you go along. See? A great thing for if you're in the woods somewhere, or if you're on a trail and you lose orientation and you want to, you've set your return to home to 60 meters or something, and you just want your craft to come overhead so you get the orientation. You don't want it to land, you just want to know where it is. So then you would, that's your home point, you're flying out here somewhere, you're on a trail, you can't lose orientation where it is. You change the orientation, or you change the return to home point to your controller, or you, okay, and before it starts to descend, you're going to hear it. Oh, okay, then you can cancel it, and then you'll get your orientation back, and away you go. And if you end to walk back here, you'll just change your return to home to be here, where you are, okay? So that's the workaround. Now then, Fimi has said there will be an update coming very soon that's going to change that. That's going to make it work in the settings rather than having to go to the map. So then wherever you are, you just have to hit settings, scroll down, hit the little guy, and it'll change to you. You know, you don't have to go into the map and do all that kind of stuff. So that'll be good. That'll be interesting. Okay. Other than that, that's about it. So the updates, like anything, there's nothing significant. There's no biggie on it. You know, they haven't introduced DNG or RAW or 48 megapixels. They haven't done any of that stuff. They've just maybe tweaked it a little bit, not a lot. Other than that, the Panorama, they do work. I didn't notice any shading, but remember, it's still got that that issue with the darkness. If you are using your controller to change from video to picture, it will automatically take a picture as soon as it flips over. That picture's no good. You have to take another picture. If you switch over on the app from video to picture, it doesn't take a picture. You click the white dot, it takes a picture, it's okay. Remember that glitch? Okay, they haven't fixed that glitch yet either. I don't think they're going to. But as far as the alternate return to home, they're going to fix that. That's about it. Okay, I'm now going to go fly some other drones and get to it. Let's see if we can get out and have some fun. And looks like it's going to be a rainy, thunderstormy day for today and tomorrow. So there you go. I enjoyed flying this. I think it's a pretty good little drone for what it is, budget-wise. Okay, so till next time, take care, get out there, get some fresh air. Bye now.